Hello everybody, you're watching be83 and this is another episode of Meet the Artists, and I'm here today with my friend Trilla. What's going on, bruv?
Blessed, Des. Don't know.
How you doing?
Nice though. Not too bad, fam. Can't complain.
So what's happening with Trilla at the moment, man? Like, it's been a while since I actually got a chance to sit down and talk to you.
It's been a while still, innit?
It has been a while. I think the last time we did an interview was the E-Tap thing at Vibe in Sheffield.
Oh, mad thing.
And when was that?
That was probably 2010 or 09. It was 09 or 2010.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's when, wasn't that when it was still called E-Tap? Are they even called E-Taps anymore?
Nah, they're not.
Didn't they change their name?
Yeah.
Was that your fault?
Ibis budget. Partly, it could have been still.
Just ruined the brand name.
Yeah, imagine that night, you know that night we did that E-Tap thing, Apparently, like after that night, everyone went back to the E-Tap, innit? Like even people that weren't staying there.
Go on.
So everyone's gone back, and ended up flipping. Just turned the whole hotel just turned into an after party, innit? Like floors, the stairs, the corridors, everything.
Like
everything. There were people everywhere drinking, music playing, and that. You get me? And then the police coming at this, that. You get me? Just trying to throw people out and that. But they sent us a letter, innit? Sent us a letter saying can't do another E-Tap night, or you can't use the logo.
Can't use the name or anything.
Don't use the logo again, or else.
See, because that was that. What was that called? It was actually called E-Tap. Yeah,
it was called E-Tap. Yeah, it was called E-Tap. But I think what it was, is because we had the E-Tap logo on the flyer.
Yeah. I remember because I did the DVD, so I did put the logo.
The flyer was on the DVD as well.
Yeah.
So the logo was on there. I think that's what pissed them off still. But obviously, still promotion. You get me?
Yeah, it sounds like everybody had fun. Everybody went back to the E-Tap and did what they were supposed to do. So 1750. But what I was gonna say to you though. So basically, that was the last time. I interviewed you. That was a good few years ago.
Yeah.
So in between then and now, what's been going on? Like, what's happened for you?
A lot's going on,
I know, bro. I know.
Man had to become a man, innit? You get me? I'm a father now, so you get me. Just been handling that really. You get me? Musically behind the scenes. Still been in the studio. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I've still been featuring on. Still been getting the features in, but it's time now, you get me? It's time still. Obviously everyone's asking in it, like, yo, Trills, what you got, man? Like, yo, what you doing in that bassline, what grime, what, you get me? But I've kind of just been developing, like, I think I've been developing more musically, you get me? As cause like, you know what it was like, cause you know from back in the day, like 03, probably
a long time,
you know what I'm saying, 03 Oxygen and all that.
Yeah.
And even the stuff you was doing, man, we're young then, you get me? Man, are still young now, but man, we're teenagers then.
I'm still young.
We're teenagers then. And now, obviously, when you're a teen, man, we didn't really have no responsibilities. We didn't have to care about anything. It was just, I just want to do music, so I'm doing music. You get me? But now, obviously, as you grow up now, your responsibilities and that whatnot, things that you want out of life. You know what I'm saying? You start to see things differently, what you value in life, and or you think about where you want to be or what you're gonna want for your future, what you want for your kids and that. So. Man's just been growing, you get me? But musically, man, trust me, some good fire coming, bro. Some good fire, some good Trillowski.
So you say you got the responsibilities, you become a father. Like, how you finding fatherhood?
I love it, blood.
Yeah,
I love it, fam.
Yeah,
I love it. Don't know, man. It's just the feeling of it, innit? Like, you get me?
I know, bro. Yeah.
I know you're there as well, so it's just the feeling of it, you get me? And it's just amazing, bro, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And obviously growing up, my dad weren't really around. Like, he was around, but he weren't around. He weren't around how he should have been, you get me? So the things that he missed out on with me, my kids ain't gonna miss out on with me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel the same.
I'm there for everything, I'll be there for everything, so man, I love it, bro. I love it.
Has it affected your music in any way, or the way the things the things you talk about, or the way you approach music, has it affected any of that?
Yeah. I think like, I do think since I've become a dad, you get me, I've thought differently about things that I want to say, or what I'm gonna say. But still, you get me, I'm still gonna say what I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna say what I'm gonna say, but obviously, like I'm saying, like you start to look at certain things differently. You get me?
Yeah.
And it's one of them things, isn't it? Like,
it's growth, innit?
Yeah, it's growth, and people say you're a role model or whatnot, and you didn't ask to be a role model. You know, like musically, then like people look up to you, or they say they do. You know what I'm saying? And or people are inspired by you, and you haven't necessarily, might not have done it to inspire anybody. You know what I'm saying? So somebody being inspired by it's a benefit of it, and that's kind of like being a role model. But as a parent, you get me, you are the role model now. Like everything you do is going to reflect on your youth, you get me, and they're going to want to, you know what I'm saying, to learn, just learn the behaviour, innit? The kids, you get me, they just do what they see around them. So yeah, man, you have to grow still, you have to grow with it still.
What projects are you working on right now?
The first project I'm going to be releasing is More Than Grind Volume 2.
Okay. Obviously it's the Volume 2 to More Than Grind Volume 1. When did that come out?
The first one come out 2008.
I remember this CD.
The first one was 2008. That was my first mix CD. That was my first, first project that I've like fully put out there myself and that. But yeah, kind of taking it back home, send me in a way, you get me, because I've done a lot since that More Than Grind kind of.
A lot's happened, bro, because wasn't that G-Star? Wasn't G-Star on there?
G-Star was on there. Nah, you know what? G-Star wasn't even on there. Yeah.
Was that before or after?
But G-Star was just before that.
Yeah, it was around the same period.
But it was the same. It was the same year still. So it's a mad thing.
And that was pre-Bassline. So how did you get from More Than Grind Volume 1, and we'll go back to the next project that's going to come after that, but I want to ask you something. How did you get from More Than Grind Volume 1 to the Bassline Superstar Madness days? Cause I wasn't around for any of them times, so all I've heard is Bassline was the most amazing experience for the raving. I wasn't there. I went to like 2 Bassline raves. I missed the whole hype.
You missed it.
How did it go from that to Bassline? What happened? How did you get into it?
It's nuts, you know. It's nuts. Because I think, like, my thing with music was, we grew up on garage, innit? Mostly like garage is what I listened to growing up, like Passion FM, get me, like all them MCs, bass developers, Vortex, Power Hill Crew, Low Key, you know what I'm saying? Like that was what I used to listen to in school and that, like that was a gas, like yo, that was the thing. Smooth FM 94.4, you get me?
It was being on there, like
it was real.
05 or something like that. So yeah.
So it was kind of garage. Like when we first started spitting, I think we kind of almost started on garage, really. You know what I'm saying? Like the grind kind of came through 03ish.
Yeah.
And that's when I left school in 03. So oxygen rooms and that being free then, you know what I'm saying? Like grime was alive, and then fast forward a couple of years through doing grime and that, I always kind of experimented with other genres in it. Like I never really felt tied down to grime, because I wouldn't say I didn't come from grime, even though grime is what developed me as an MC. You get me? Grime is what developed me, and I love grime. You get me? But at the same time, I just love music. I just wanted to make music, so I always had this thing, like this More Than Grime thing. Like I didn't want to just be known as a grime MC. Whether or not I wanted to be known as an artist, then I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? But
that
I
was
just
the
knew
vibe
I wanted to do More Than Grime. Yeah. So then kind of like when I think I did G-Star. The first G-Star that I did was with Bass Boy, and that wasn't even really Bassline then. That was some I don't even know what you call that, but it was nuts.
I'm trying to remember what it sounded like, you know, because wasn't the one that went off the remix of it?
Yeah, that was Nasty Boy. But the first one went off. It was Bass Boys one that went off as well, though, because that's what made me have to do a proper track for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Crazy 4-4, I think it was called. You get me? And that was that. But Bassline was kind of like peaking then. This was like 07s, towards the end of 07, and I didn't really know much about it. Like I wasn't even bothered about. I wasn't even bothered about Bassline. Like I didn't really know much about it. I just knew a few tracks and that had a few ringtones, and I started. I don't know. I just kind of started listening to it a little bit, and I met up with Apostle.
Okay.
In fact, I didn't even meet Apostle actually. Tell a lie, I was doing some specials to some people asking me, so I was doing the specials on and Apostles hollered at me like, yo, I can't get a special of that. Yeah. G-Star. It's like, yeah, safe. And I didn't even know who he was then. Like, it's just a DJ. So I was like, yeah, safe. Sent him the acapella of it. And he's put it on my mashup, you get me? He's put it on this mashup. Then from out of nowhere, like, people are phoning me, blood.
Was that the mashup? Blood. The one that used to break down dances?
Was the one,
the evil mashup?
That was the evil mashup, blood. And I swear, blood.
That was serious, you know.
Like, people like, yo, heard you tune in the rave, you know. I was like, swear down where? Like, I was gassed, blood. Like, I was even gassed that DJs were asking for the tune anyway. You know what I'm saying? But because I didn't really go into Bassline, people saying me the head in it, and it's like fucking up the dance and that, like bare reloads. People are jumping up over the decks to reload the tune and these kind of things. And that's
like, I heard about the way this used to. I experienced it once. I experienced it once.
So I've ended up. Apostles hollered at me like, yo, I want to get you involved, you get me? I want to get you in Revelations and that. So we sat down, you get me, and he showed me some things and that, and then we were cool, you get me? Started rolling with Apostles, brought me around, like I met everybody like Burger Boy, TS7, T2Q, TRC, Jamie Duggan, Sean Bang, you know, like all the people, like he just introduced me to everyone straight away, blood, and like people were willing to work with me as well, which was I was, you know what I'm saying, like it was like raw, and then all of a sudden, boom, bookings now, fam, like raw. I'm getting £200 now to perform, to perform Apostle special, you know what I'm saying, because that's how it all started out, kind of thing. So it was nuts, you get me. But from the Bassline thing, boom, to go into Iron Napa. They're kind of hooking up with the Londoners, not Londoners, shouldn't say that, but you know, like the London kind of scene a bit more,
because that was around the funky time, wasn't it?
That was kind of when the funky was kind of coming to play, you get me? So when the funk is coming to play now, I think 08 was my first year in Napa. I went with
this makes
Niche and Apostle. We did like this niche thing out there and that. The next year went 09. I think I went with my brethren and that. Was out there for a while. I had a few bookings out there, still spread out. So I was just out there and like, I'm in a few raves and that, and like seeing a few people that I knew, Skeptors and the Boy Better Knows, and a few funky people as well. You get me? But because funky was kind of the thing, that's kind of what people are playing the most. So that was the most popular thing out there.
That was going after them times.
Playing garage and grime no more. You get me? So. Anyway, man, I'm like, spit. So I'm just spitting my, jumping on mic with man and that. We're going back to back and that. And I'm just spraying my normal grind bars and that. I'm funky. My bassline bars. Mad thing, fam. It was crazy, blood. Like, people were saying she likes to think she knows me. Thinking that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Trilla Jermaine Chalowski. But the gas... That's what people coming up to me saying. People like, yo, 1750, like, because the E-Tap weren't really in London, innit?
Nah, I don't think they had lodges down there, innit? Travel lodges.
Yeah, that's more what they got. Like, people like, what's E-Tap? What's E-Tap, bro?
So you coming up with foreign things that they don't even really know about down there.
But the thing is, the singing along with it before they knew what it meant. You get me? Even the 1750, like, yo, what's 1750? What's 1750? They didn't even know, and they didn't even care, but it was just catchy to them. So you know what I'm saying? They caught onto it, and then when they knew, it was even more of a gas then. You get me? Like,
yeah.
So kind of with the funky thing, like, I didn't even make a funky tune. Like, I don't think I made a funky tune. The only funky tune I made was Shutdown Thing. And that was like 2010, I think.
Shutdown Thing, I'm on a Shutdown Thing. That one there.
That was like 2010, 2011. But even then, like prior to that, yeah, I was getting bookings in, like I was going to London every week to do funky, and hadn't made any funky songs. You know what I'm saying? They just wanted to hear my, you know what I'm saying, me on the funky. So it was
so you had your funky bookings down south. You had your bassline bookings up north. So it's safe to say that at that point in time, you literally had the country
semi, yeah. Yeah.
So how did it feel? Kind of, you know, you say to me like, boom, Apostles put your vocal on the dub. You've gone and done that. Then you've gone and done the Napa thing. It seemed like everything was just kind of spiraling. How did that feel at the time to go from kind of just starting out to it seeming like it's turned into a madness kind of?
It was nuts. I swear, it was raw. It was nuts, car. I wouldn't say it's happened by accident.
Yeah.
Because obviously I was putting in the work, you know what I'm saying? But I was putting in the work with no real goal of where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Like I was just doing music because I liked it, and boom, okay, safe. Now I've started to make money from music. Cool. All right then. Cool then. So now I don't need a job. All right then. Safe then. Yeah, man. Cool then. All right then. How can I make some more money in music? T-shirts or, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
CD, mix CDs.
You used to sell a lot of tees from the MySpace days. I remember that, bro.
Blood. Done a lot of tees, bro.
G-Star tees. I think I've still got one.
Yeah, more
I think I've still got one. I have.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so for me, I was kind of just going with the flow.
Yeah.
And things just kept growing, yeah. And when I look back, yeah, it's raw, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, you get me? But I think, yeah, subconsciously I always wanted it. Like watching, because we used to be deep into the grime, blood. You know, before grime hit us properly, before we had a scene, yeah.
I know, we were in
the London scene, blood,
mashing it down. But we were, our thing was, it was our thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It was in Brum. It would travel a little bit and be in Wolves and whatever, obviously.
But we were up to the times though. See
yeah,
what was going on
man.
with what was going on in London.
Yeah.
All the DVDs and that, like the sets, like we were
Crazy
tuned in.
Times and
yeah,
Lord
like
of the Beats, Lord of the Mics, all them things from early.
Everything.
Yeah.
All them I've got all them DVDs still. Them Risky Roads, flipping. All them DVDs, can't even get into this, but you know what I'm saying. But
yeah.
I think, and so the passion for it was always kind of there. You get me?
Yeah.
I think, you know, when you just have some support or some encouragement, it can kind of just it can go a long way. You know what I'm saying? Like from the right people. Like I think a lot of people, ain't getting the encouragement. Like, you know, talented people, then they don't get encouragement or they don't get support.
People around that I've seen in the time period I've been around come and go,
blood,
and
you think,
lots of talented people.
Like my man's not even making music no more.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not be making music?
Yeah.
You get me? Like, it's nuts in it, but it's just a scene still. But yeah, man, it all happened. It didn't happen overnight, but it did happen quick. Obviously, the Westwood thing as well. You get me?
Was that before the Woo Freestyle or after? Because the Woo Freestyle was before that.
Was
it around the same time?
Nah, my second Westwood Freestyle was the Woo one.
And what was your first one?
Bassline.
Oh, I don't I'm trying to figure out. Remember this freestyle? You know, I don't. I remember the Woo one because the Woo one went nuts. Went nuts. And obviously that was the whole that whole Woo gas right there. So I remember coming to you. I think I came with you to Essex. I think it was Essex in like 09 or something like that. It was me, you, Speedy, a few other people. And I remember coming there because man used to tell me, Trilla shutting it down. Trilla's got these Londoners going nuts. I'm like, all right. Gone down there with you, and I'm seeing a room full of London students or wherever they were from. 0121. How did that feel? Because it seemed to me that I'm down there like, all these people are going crazy over what's essentially Brum slang, whatever, and we didn't really had that before.
You know what? It's even deeper than that for me. You know, this raw deeper than that for me because the 0121. Obviously, you know, I've been on this 0121 fucking postcode thing. Yeah. That has always been like growing up in the hood and in the ends. And seeing like things going on in the ends, like the gang thing and whatnot, and not being able to understand why people would want to war over ends, or you know what I'm saying, rare. So the 0121 fuck a postcode thing was was a key part. Was a key part to me when I was doing grime. You know what I'm saying, at the start. Like, that's what I was on. So
kind of
to
unity
go
kind of
away,
thing.
more of a unity thing, because no one in Brum stuck together. You get me? Every man for themselves, and obviously now that everyone kind of more united a bit more, the scene's stronger. You get me?
Yeah, definitely.
But back then, like 0121, that was my thing. You get me?
Yeah.
I did Bassline and that, to come back and then make that 0121 with SX. Boom, was going off, playlisted on One Extra. Boom, to go out of Birmingham and perform that anywhere, and people to be like, 0121, but, and then all the words and that, and the sing along, and it's reloads and it's gas. That meant a lot to me, blood. Like,
this is why I wanted to ask you about it, because I remember seeing it and thinking I hadn't experienced anything like that before, because obviously we've been doing this for a long time, and man, I've been trying to, send me like knock on the doors down there, try and get the music down there and get a push. And it seemed like you had the audience down there like really supporting like the 0121 and Birmingham movement at that time.
Yeah.
And that, that's definitely an important thing.
Yeah, definitely, but like, that's one of my proudest moments in music still. You get me? Kind of helping to get the ends recognised, when even, you know what I'm saying, but doing my bit then. For the ends, then, you know what I'm saying, because people know what 0121 means, Brum, now. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm in place and people don't even call it Brum. People just say 0121. That it's like a comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's commonly known throughout the UK, innit? Whether that's through me or not, you know what I'm saying? But it's commonly known, innit? Yeah,
you did your thing, man. You did your thing, and I was definitely there to see the hype, and I was surprised, because, like I said, I'd heard about it before, and I went down there and saw it, and I was like, okay, this is serious. Things start to, and it seems like from there, and with grime coming back and afterwards, it seemed like it's all begun to pick up steam. And obviously the ends are getting to the point where people are heavily recognizing the talent that's coming out of here now. And that brings me on to kind of the 0121, and we're talking about grime or whatever. You and Sucks. Now, I don't know if I was going to ask you this question, but we're on this question now.
We're on it, yeah.
We're on this question now. You and Sucks, I don't even understand what happened. I think I missed the start of it in terms of like, why did it even start? But it turned into a thing. And why did it turn into a thing?
It turned into a thing quick still. It turned into a thing kind of quick. It just blew out of proportion kind of straight away, you get me? But cut a long story short, it was debatable in it, but people were saying that he sounded like, he's copying me, you get me? I heard a few things that I thought, that sounds a bit dodgy, you know what I'm saying? Like, a few things in it. But I don't know, like, something happened on Twitter where someone must have been saying it, like asking me, like, yo, you copying Sucks or something, you get me? And I'm not gonna say,
so they hit you like you're copying you're copying Sucks.
This is what it's coming down to. But obviously, as far as I'm concerned, from the start that I've been doing music here, I've never sounded like anybody else. I've always just done my own thing and sounded like me. So, you know what I'm saying, I weren't really having that, like, I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? So obviously I was like, nah, I don't sound like him. If anything, you know, I'll just put it, how I just said it to you is how I put it, then you get me? I've always sounded the same in it, so that's it, you get me? Obviously he must have not liked that or whatever, and then he must have been saying what he was saying on Twitter, you get me? So I've just addressed that when I've addressed Devilman, and then boom, it's just turned into something else. But the whole thing with Sucks, and the clashing thing, like, because I've never clashed at MC, and it, like, that was the first time, I think.
For real?
Not the first time.
It wasn't the first time. I remember. I'm sure we brought you down to Rabanna.
That's the second time.
Me and Booski bring you to Rabanna before to clash somebody.
To Rabanna Studios.
This was years ago, bro. You might not even remember.
It never happened.
Did it not happen?
Didn't happen.
All right, let's keep
I remember we did go Rabanna. We did do a set there.
Yeah.
But I think I came to someone else's clash, and my clash was going to be coming up or something like that. You get me?
Cool.
But this was that was like 03, 04.
That's ages ago, bro.
That was time, innit?
05, yeah.
But anyway, that's what I'm saying. The Sucks thing, I've never clashed in it. I've never seen myself clashing as a form of entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, because I've kind of gone straight into the performing in clubs and whatnot. I've never had to clash, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm entertained by watching clashes myself. You know what I'm saying? But personally, I don't feel like I need to clash. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, yeah, when it's come about and that, and man, and he said what he's saying, and I sent back with the real talk, and that 96 bars of real talk. Yeah. After that, he said he didn't want to clash no more. You know, it's like it's over then or whatever. You get me?
So that's how that thing ended. Because I didn't even know
I said
there, and then it wasn't.
I wanted to just clash. We can clash wherever. You get me? Or whatever. Get me? But in a club or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We can do it properly and that make P. But he didn't want to do it because he knew. But really, the fact of the matter is, I like to keep it real, innit? I keep it real, Des. I keep it real, you get me?
Yeah.
I definitely keep it real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, if I'm going to be clashing someone, I'm going to be keeping it real all throughout the clash, you get me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be talking about your mum, I used to shut jaws to your auntie and this, that. Like, I'm not going to be making up stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to tell a story and make people, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna destroy you. On facts, you know what I'm saying?
Facts only.
But I can't rate. I can't clash someone who's just gonna be, is just 100% fabrication, just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense me. It doesn't make sense me doing that, blood. You know what I'm saying? If it's someone who I rated as an artist, and I thought, yeah, we can have a good clash. You know what I'm saying? But there's not really much things people can say about me, and it really in a clash. Like, things ain't really happened to me. Like, my chain got robbed 5-6 years ago, whatever. That's all people are ever gonna be say to me. Like, that's all people bring. I like 4, 5, 6, 7 people, 8. I think I heard about 7-8 people sent for me. Yeah, off the top of my head.
I said the same
and they've all mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? And like,
it's a bit
safe
older.
then. But you know what I'm saying? Like, when I delve into your history now, into your life, I know a lot of stuff, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of stuff I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for me, like, there was nothing in it for me, blood. There was nothing in it for me, and I don't even want to be in that. And
that started all from Twitter. So
it wasn't even really from Twitter, yeah, because it kind of been going on for a while. Like, people who were saying it, like, for months, months on end. You know what I'm saying? And when it just that day when it happened to hit Twitter, it just blew out. You get me? But you know what I'm saying? I don't want to chat shit, blood. You know, I don't want to chat shit.
So you said what we were just talking now, that you went straight into the performances. What's your favorite performance, or your best performance, or your most memorable performance, and why?
There's been a couple still. Boy. Nah, you know what? Yeah, I'd probably say 15. You know what? There's been so many, but I can't even remember. But there's been enough. Like, there's been ones where I've been booked. Like, say I was booked somewhere, and D-Double was booked there, but we was on the same set. You get me?
Yeah, that must have been nuts.
And it ended up being a back-to-back. Like, we're going back-to-back, and I'm backing him, and like, like, I'm speaking with D. Like, yo, D-Double, and I'm backing him, and I know his ad-libs. You get me? And I know I'm like, he's gonna know I'm a fan, cause I know every single word. But it's like, but it's real, like, you know, like, little, like, them kind of performances, even like performing, like with other artists who I've looked up to, but even still, like the Eskimo dance, Leicester, I think I had a good response in there. You get me? I had a nice response in there. Still, that was memorable. That was definitely a memorable one. That wasn't the one
where you just went chill out, skate, and straight reload, shut down.
That's a mad thing. That was a memorable one still. But you know what? There's been enough, blood. I can't even. My main one, I don't even know. I couldn't even say.
Coming down to like the last few questions, I want to ask you a couple of things historically. We talked about how you got into Bassline. I want to know what happened to Bassline, because it seemed like it went up, gas, down, and then we were back into grime. What was the cause of it going, like, falling?
I think the main thing, with a lot of these kind of, they call it urban, I hate that word personally, you get me? But
me too.
Music, that we tend to like, it's surrounded by a lot of negativity, you get me? Whether it be grime, whether it be bassline, funky house, and now even with house, you get me? Because the elements that's used to make the music have all kind of come from the same thing. Garage and house is kind of what's turned into grime and bassline and so forth, you know what I'm saying, and other areas, dubstep as well, you know. So it's nuts because the grime, it's like it's the same crowd in a sense, you know what I'm saying, like they try to put everything under the same umbrella, you know what I'm saying. So the crowd that can go to a grime rave could be the same crowd that will go to a bassline rave, but because this is how the police and the authorities think, they just put it under the same umbrella, innit? So we're not gonna let this rave happen just in case, you know, whatever. So I think when the bassline started coming under pressure, by the authorities and that, it's just long, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like people, it was too hard to put events on. People kind of lost their drive in whatever their role in the scene was. You know what I'm saying? Like producers probably started making other things, but then maybe DJs stopped playing the bassline they were making, so maybe DJs are playing other things. So I don't know, like it's a lot of different factors kind of contributed to it going how it went. And when Niche got closed down, that was kind of like you know what I'm saying, that was hard, that was nuts. But I think a lot of the producers kept making the music, like, and I've kept making bassline, you get me? Obviously I ain't really been putting any music out, but my CD's gonna have bassline on there standardly and grime and everything else. But I just think the outlets are putting out the music, people ain't really putting it out no more, people ain't supporting it, like DJs start putting out their monthly CDs, and the monthly CDs is what kind of, you know, people got gas on that's how people were really getting onto it, EJ. So he kept up with the latest CDs and that, so the latest tunes. It's nuts, but I don't think it's gone still. It's there, it's definitely there. People tweet me every day asking me, bassline. Someone will always mention something about bassline to me every day. Like, it's there, like people, you know what I'm saying, they just don't know where to get it, but I'm gonna be giving it out.
All right.
Yeah.
And we've gone from bassline and we're in grime, and the whole Birmingham scene seems to be flourishing right now. As we know. Where do you see things going with what's going on right now? What do you think is required to really sustain the Birmingham music scene and take it further and make it bigger than what it is?
A lot still. I think the scene's in a good place where it is now. It's definitely in a good place because we're acknowledged now. You get me, like properly acknowledged. Like it's official. We're official in the grime scene now, so that's good. But at the same time, if you come to Brum, like where's the infrastructure? You know what I'm saying? Where are you taking your music to the next level? Like, how are you doing it? Do you still have to go to London? Do you still have to, you know what I'm saying, do certain things? And you do, like, I don't know, but it's not. You think there seems to be a lot of pieces to the puzzle missing? There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle that's
no real radio
missing. There's no radio. Like, there's no things that are just slacking here. What we should standardly have, like, should be standard now, you get me?
As the second city. So
it's hard to say, but obviously the scene's just growing, innit? Like, it's definitely growing every day. Like, it's getting bigger and bigger. But I think, like, MCs just try and think, like, about the bigger picture, innit? Like, about how you are gonna be, what you do want from your music. Do you just want to MC in that? Do you just want to? Because for me, that's all I thought about. I just wanted to MC, and things just kind of came together, and I kind of went with it.
And turned into a business.
Yeah, and then I put a plan to it. You know what I'm saying? But you can have a plan from the start. Of what you want to do. You know what I'm saying, and do it. But it's hard to say, It's hard to say still. But the scene's definitely growing, so it's definitely a good look.
In a good space. And we mentioned your first project that you're going to be putting out, which is More Than Grime
Volume 2. Grime Volume 2. That should be out early 2014.
And the second one?
Music for the Clubs. That's the album. That's just what I'm about, innit? Music for the Clubs. So that's all you can expect to hear on there. Bangers. Really bangers, banger after banger, but club smashes.
When can the people expect that?
That's probably gonna be. It feels dumb saying this year because it's like it's more or less ready now.
Yeah.
But obviously things have to come into place in it. So it's gonna be like spring or Ross Clark summer. I'm gonna be releasing things off there prior to the album release and that, and the mix CD More Than Grime. I'll be releasing tracks off More Than Grime as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. So but I got a lot of material to come, a lot of stuff in between as well. Couple EPs and that, so yeah, man, there's a lot to come, bro.
Look forward to the new music, bro.
Yeah, man, safe this.
Anything that's popped off recently? Because I'm sure there's a video that just came out. You want to tell anybody about that?
Oh yeah, La 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 TC4 La 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 VIP. Done a version of that still.
And that's on where? When
it's
people
on
check that out?
SBTV.
Cool.
It's a bit saucy. Still.
Alright then, bro. Trilla, thanks for coming along.
Yeah, man.
Nice
Thanks
to see
for
you
having
again,
me,
bro.
bro. Don't know, man.
Alright.
Bless.
Right.